Wait a minute, I'm not live. Oh my god. Shalom, everyone! Welcome to the stream! Is there anyone in the chat? If you're in the chat, say hey. I'm so happy to see you. For those of you that are just joining or just clicked on this video, my name is Faith. I go by Nerdmaid Faith online, and I am a mermaid content creator. I've been in the mermaid industry for too long, and I've been going to conventions since about 2019, trying to do it regularly, but I live in Canada, so it makes it a bit harder, but I know that Mermagicon is coming up this weekend. Say hi, Siren Sadies. Let me know, say in the chat if you're going to Mermagicon this weekend, because I know a lot of folks are, and a lot of people have messaged me being like, are you going? And I'm like, no, it just wasn't in the cards this year. I'm kind of in a bit of a transition with work stuff, so would have been a bad time. But I did think about it. Well, they didn't take my programming suggestions though. But I've been to Mermagicon twice now. I went in 2019 and 2020, and now this is their 5th year running, which I was like, 5 years? 5 years of Mermagicon? Math isn't mathing. But anyways, that is going on this weekend. It's in the Washington Duels area. If you want to go, I'm sure there might still be space available, and I highly recommend it. I know some people have their own issues with Mermagicon, or they don't think it's the best, but personally, my personal take is that every con has issues, every community has drama, and if we kind of like boycott things and like squash them, then that squashes the opportunities for organic connection and organic community building. No community is perfect. Like, I'm a church kid, okay? Like, I know the deals of, like, you know, you have this wonderful thing that you want to connect with people about, but oh my gosh, people are terrible, you know? So I think that's a bit of my perspective, is why I still encourage people to try. But anyways, that was a side tangent. Amy Flores is sick and can't go swimming. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to talk about how to plan for a mermaid convention for you going to it. We're not going to talk about how to run a mermaid convention, because I do not claim to have any knowledge of doing that. I do event planning as my job, but I don't want to touch a mermaid convention. So we'll talk about how to plan for a mermaid convention, and we'll also talk about what to pack for a mermaid convention, and then just kind of some of my general pro tips. So, first, before we get started, I know Courtney just saw that I was live. I don't know if she's watching, but this is a Shalusion top. Super cute, really comfy, and we are going to be releasing some new ones, and there's going to be a sale on March 17th at Shop Vancouver Mermaid. I highly recommend them. This is a size small on me, and it's like a compression fit, and it's super cute and really natural looking, and just absolutely phenomenal. You can use my code NERDMAID for 10% off. Alright, this video was sponsored by Shop Vancouver Mermaid. Let's get into it. So, number 1 is planning for a mermaid convention. So, there's a few different ones. Oh, you're here! Yay! Hi! There's a few different conventions kind of scattered about. I know there's one called Mermaids in Europe. I know that there was a big one in the UK for a while. There was one in Australia. I feel like that one kind of died. But there's 2 main ones in the US/North America. There is California Mermaid Convention on the West Coast, which is kind of more leaning towards my home con. Stay tuned for maybe an announcement about that. And then on the East Coast, we have Mermagicon, which again is the one happening this weekend. And then down south in Florida, there's the Afro Mermaid Summit, which is really awesome. I've heard good things about that. I think they're going into their 2nd or 3rd year this year. And then there's also the Florida Spring Splash, which is more just like a big meetup. And if you're not planning on going to a convention, maybe these tips will also help you plan for just a general mermaid meetup. So, okay, so planning. So you've chosen the con you want to go to. Great. Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets now. Now. Because so many people procrastinate buying their tickets, and then they're like, oh shoot, I can't go to XYZ that's happening at the con, or the con in general, or just, yeah, like, just buy your tickets for yourself and maybe your partner or your friend or whoever's going with you, and if you can't make it, if it doesn't work out, you can always sell them. The next thing I'd recommend is joining any online communities that are surrounding the convention. I know this is common in kind of like nerd culture, nerd spaces as well, cosplay conventions. There's usually Facebook groups or Discord groups. Join those. Join those because you will gain so much information. You'll be able to see who's going, talk with people, build hype, get excited. And then, like I mentioned before, if you either didn't buy your ticket in time or if you need to sell a ticket, it'll always work out. So, sorry, I'm just gonna turn down the brightness of my little light here. I feel like it's turning me a sickly yellow. Oh, fantastic. It doesn't work. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So, that is like step one of planning, just deciding you're going to go, buy those tickets. The next thing you want to plan is how you're going to get there and where you're going to stay. I know MerMagicCon, they have a hotel block, which is honestly, like, it's one of my favorite parts of MerMagicCon, honestly, is staying in the hotel and, like, having a riot and just, like, goofing off with people. I know sometimes it's more expensive to stay at the con hotels, but it does sort of work out, especially if you're not driving, because you can easily carpool with people. Like, I remember on the last day of MerMagicCon, I stayed at the hotel, I think this is the 2019 one, and I was having breakfast, and then someone just sat down and was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you, and we had a fantastic conversation just over breakfast in the hotel lobby, which doesn't happen if you're kind of spread about. Mermaid Sierra says, yep, I kept putting the tickets off and found mine on the mingling page. Exactly. So, yeah, buy your tickets, but if you don't get them in time, that's okay, someone's probably selling them. This also applies to workshop tickets as well. A lot of conventions will either do photography workshops or like photography sessions or panels, workshops, kind of classes, like certification classes. Buy those tickets as soon as you can because some of the popular ones will fill up quickly. And then also in regards to that, so what you're going to want to do, if the con is organized enough to have a schedule with all of their planning and programming and stuff like that, if they have the schedule with everything, plan out kind of roughly what you want to do. So a lot of mermaid conventions, they have a couple different activities. I kind of split it into, I don't know, 4 or 5 sections. I didn't actually plan this out, but there's usually swimming, and it's usually just an open swim. Do whatever you want, be in the water, chat, sit on the poolside, it'll be a great time. Then the second one is kind of like dry land programming, so these are panels, these are vendors, this is, like, I don't know, just stuff that happens outside the water. Classes, workshops, that sort of thing. And then the last bit is in-water programming. So this is, they'll have like reserved lanes for stuff like photography, like underwater photography, again, classes, certifications, that sort of thing. So say I'm going to go to a convention and I see, oh, there's a PADI certification class. Oh, there's also a create your own accessory class. There's a panel I really want to go to. And I definitely want to go swim. And I know that some people who have, like, say, Finfolk Tales are all going to do a group photo planned. Kind of similar to at cosplay conventions where they say, hey, anyone who's in Star Wars, meet me at the plaza at 2 o'clock. We'll take a big group photo. Kind of like that. So what you're going to want to do is kind of highlight all the things that you really, really want to do, and then see when and where they're happening, and try and plan your day from there. So when I went to California Mermaid Convention last year, I didn't really do a lot of that. It was just kind of, yay, hanging out. Actually, no, I did plan it a bit, but I'll use MerMagicCon as an example just because there's more going on. But say there's, like I remember when I went, there was a merman panel I wanted to attend. There was, oh, what other workshops did I go to? I forget. There was so much going on. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, there's the Wit Vendor Hall I wanted to go to. I think there was a contest I wanted to watch. Oh, and there was the Merlympics. Oh, and there was the Singapore Mermaids class, which I had to do. So I had to be strategic about my time, and when I was wet and when I was dry. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll do either half the day wet or half the day dry, and then they'll switch. So you probably, like for me, this is a personal preference, but I like to get wet and stay wet. Like I want to be in the water and not leave the water. And if I'm gonna be out of the water, I want to be looking nice, looking dry. So if it works out for me, I like to start my day dry. So start my day going to panels, doing my shopping at the vendor hall, just chatting with people, hanging out, having some food. And then usually maybe around like mid-morning or lunchtime, Then I'll switch into the pool area and then spend the rest of the day swimming, taking classes, taking photos, just kind of chilling out. And I mean, even if like I'm not in tail, I just like to hang around the pool too, because that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of conventions. So that's something that I'd recommend, is trying to just be a little strategic about it. Like, don't like go willy-nilly like, oh, I'm just gonna do all these things, and then you get there and you're like stressed. And also plan out for how you're going to schlep your crap. So that is so who's ever been mermaid swimming and who's ever had like a giant bag of crap? That's mermaid conventions, and you've got 300 people or more with that. So at Mermagicon, if you're going for the first time, basically how it looks is there's like, so this is the pool, right? This is the pool, yay, swimming, swimming, swimming. And then kind of over to this side are the bleachers. And the bleachers, just like any kind of pool where there's bleachers and stuff, bleachers. People will just get to the pool, yeah, right at opening, and they will drop their crap there. So drop their tails, drop their bags, whatever, changes of clothes, whatnot, and then just go with like a small purse into the vendor hall and stuff. Now, that's not to say that's the most secure place, but there haven't really been thefts that I've seen. And especially for stuff like mermaid tails and like mermaid accessories, where a lot of it is custom, or just kind of recognizable, it's like, if someone walks off with your stuff, chances are someone might be able to say, hey, is that yours? You know? Yeah, or you could like ask a buddy to like sit by your stuff, or just kind of switch out with people. But at California Mermaid Convention, which I appreciate immensely, is they did a thing called Tail Check, where it was a fantastic system. I highly praise them for this. Is you got your big schlepped tail on your back, you trudge over, and then you check in with a greeter, you give them your ID, you give them your cell phone number, you take a picture of your tail bag wherever you put it, and then when you want to go get your tail later in the day, you show them that photo, show them your ID. I think there's like a little ticket they give you. It's fantastic. It's like a coat check, but for mermaid tails. So props to California Mermaid Convention for doing that. So yeah, planning. So plan out what you want to do, when you want to do it, buy those tickets ASAP. Obviously, like, prioritize the stuff that you pay for first. Like, if you've paid for a CPR class, don't get stuck in the vendor hall, or don't get stuck chatting in the pool and miss the class that you paid for. The next one, if for planning, is, again, like where I talked about where you're going to stay, but then also how you plan on getting to the con. Are you going to drive? Are you going to fly? Are you going to carpool? Are you going to take an Amtrak? Because this will help determine what you're going to bring. So here are some of my tips for flying with tails. It's a nightmare. No, it's not actually that bad. So what I do when I fly with my silicone tail, and again, she is a beast. She weighs 30 pounds. I have a giant suitcase, like the biggest kind of suitcase you can have. And I put my silicone tail in it. I'll protect it with some towels and stuff. And then I'll put whatever else I want to go in that suitcase with. And then I weigh it. When I went to California Mermaid Convention, it was too heavy. So you take things out of your suitcase until, like when I went to California Mermaid Convention in May, all I had was just the tail in the suitcase. So, yeah. If you have a silicone tail, start with the silicone tail. And I have a hard shell suitcase that kind of helps it from being bopped around. Now what I do is I make a little note, I print out a photo of myself in my silicone tail, and I write, "Hello, TSA. My name is Faith. I'm a professional mermaid. This is my mermaid tail. Please be nice with it. Thanks." I even gave them some goodies. And I haven't had an issue, and I really haven't heard of anyone else having issues. But again, it is like, it's a risk, right? Like, if you really, 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 really value your silicone tail and like don't want anything to happen to it, then don't use it, or don't bring it anywhere. So there's risk involved, but I have had good experiences, and I think I've done that 2 or 3 times now. Then the next thing you're gonna want to bring is a second tail if you want to do that, and you're gonna probably have to pack that in your carry-on, or just check in more bags. Basically, like, I'm trying to do this on the cheap, right? So I'm like, if I have one checked suitcase, I'm only gonna bring that one checked suitcase. But if I want to bring more stuff, then I'll just pay for another checked bag. But like most people, they will fly with one checked bag and one carry-on. So again, try and limit what you're gonna bring to stuff that is going to be under the weight limit for your suitcases, unless you want to pay for overweight baggage. You can do that too. And then, yeah, whatever's gonna fit in your carry-on. So what I found fits in, I can't remember, has my Mahina fit in a small suitcase? I think it has. I think I've managed to fit my Mahina in a travel-size suitcase. I've fit my Linden in a travel-size suitcase, I've fit my Luna in a travel-size suitcase, and I've fit my Fin Fun, I think. I know people have carried on their Fin Funs before. So, again, your monofin is generally going to be like the size of your tail. So, that's kind of why I'm saying just monofins and not like my XYZ tail from XYZ. So, we are talking about California Mermaid Convention and MerMagicCon and any other conventions. This is just general tips. So when you're traveling, okay, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did, like I mentioned. Overstuff my big suitcase, and then only have my tail in it, and then decide, I'm still gonna bring my 2 silicone tops, which are, like, kind of heavy. And then what I did is I thought, when I did touring, I traveled with a duffel bag, and so I'm really used to living out of a duffel bag. And normally bringing a duffel bag on a plane isn't that bad. They're great carry-ons. But not if you have a couple connections and it's only you that's traveling, and it's a heavy carry-on bag, it's on your shoulder, it's really bad. So, don't bring duffel bags. But, again, the duffel bag fit my Luna really well. Try bringing a little rolly suitcase and, like, just stuff the rest of your crap in there. Like, that suitcase can weigh 60, 70 pounds, because the reason that airlines will weigh your checked baggage and not your carry-on baggage is because your carry-on baggage is carried by you, right? Your checked baggage is carried by other people. So legally, for like work requirements, someone who has to lift a 50-pound or something over 50 pounds, they have to have 2 people. So that's why airlines charge more for heavier suitcases. At least that's what I've heard. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyways, I digress. But what I also like to do is I like to check my heavy bag, or my heavy carry-on bag, at the gate, if they allow it. Anyways, that's so much stuff about flying with tails, it's ridiculous. I've never done the thing, personally, where you either just carry on a monofin onto the plane or, like, carry it on your back, but I've heard people have had good success with that. I know Emma has, Mermaid Zelda, she's done that. But yeah, so you plan out what airport you're going to fly into, check on the con's website, they'll always say what airport you're going to fly into, and then you're going to want to see, okay, obviously you need to have accommodations for the first night you're there, so either the hotel block, your Airbnb, friend's place you're staying at, then figure out how to get a ride from the airport, and if you have, like, a friend picking you up, make sure that they've got room in their car for your giant suitcase of crap. And all that stuff. And then when you get to the hotel, you can check in, and usually hotels have pools, and it's really nice, and then you can meet up with people, and all that good stuff. And then the other thing about mermaid conventions is that some people go and they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make friends, or if, like, I don't have any friends that are going, so I don't want to go. Yeah, bruh. I know it's intimidating. I know it's scary, but, like, everyone who's going to that convention will have something in common with you. So, odds are you're probably gonna make friends. Or at the very least, like, no one's gonna be a jerk to you. And if they are, that's unfortunate, and I don't like that. Like, at California Mermaid Convention, there was a girl who, like, just came completely by herself, was, like, brand new to mermaiding, and, like, it took a really, really big step. Like, it was a big step for her to just come to this convention, and she came solo. And then I remember some people were like, we shall mother you, we shall be your friend, let's take care of you. So, it's probably gonna work out. Like, just be friendly, just be open, just be nice, and be like, hey, my name's so-and-so, what's your name? I like your tail. Conversation. And also, we're all super weird and awkward. Like, if you see me in person, I'm pretty weird and awkward. Like, I remember at California Mermaid Convention, people were like, "You're so cool," and I'm like, "You think I'm cool? Do you think I'm the kind of person that's cool? Look at me. Do you think in the real life I'm a cool person? No, I'm not." But I digress. I'm getting warm. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna, please YouTube, don't demonetize me. I'm taking this off again. Woo, Shalusion top. So nice. All right. So again, when you're planning out your wet and dry time and how you're gonna go to the convention, you're gonna want to pick the tail or tails you're wanting to wear. Some people only have one tail. That makes your decision super easy. Some people have too many tails. That's me. And it makes it a very hard decision. And other people, they want to go to the convention to buy a tail. So make sure, if you have plans to purchase a tail and you're flying, you have room in your suitcase to bring it home. Otherwise, you're gonna have an interesting time. A lot of mermaid conventions, I know Mermagicon is doing this. They're having a swap meet at the end of, or not the end, kind of during the con, where people are just like, "Hello, here's the tail I don't want. Give me money or give me another tail." Okay, so let me just look at my notes. Friends, got that. Oh yeah, also, if you do know people that are going to the convention, it's also worth reaching out and being like, "Hey, you want to split a room?" And that's always super helpful. Because then you can split costs, and then it's also good to know a friend with a car if you're from out of town, being like, "Hey, I see that you're driving. May I hitchhike with you to every single event?" Stuff like that. You know, don't be a jerk. Like, offer gas money and stuff like that. Like, when I went to California Mermaid Convention, I wasn't driving, but there was someone in my group that I was staying with that did drive, and I just paid for parking everywhere we went. I went, "I'll pay for this parking, I'll pay for this parking," you know. Be nice. Be a good person. Be a decent person. Don't be a freeloader. Okay. So food, travel, lodging, when you're getting in and out of the water. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing about choosing your tails and choosing how many tails you're gonna bring. You might just say, "Well, I'm just gonna make it easy. I'm just gonna bring like my one Mertailor Whimsy. Woo woo woo." But, are you gonna be wearing this tail multiple times during the weekend? And is it going to dry fully? Because it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is putting on a wet tail. Ugh. So make sure that you've kind of planned that out. Like, if you're gonna be, like, I usually bring two tails. I'll swim in one tail one day and one tail another, or sometimes I'll switch halfway through the day, kind of just depending on what group photos are happening, what photo shoots I'm doing, if I'm doing any competitions, that sort of thing. Okay, so now let's get into the fun part, which is packing. I did a TikTok a little while ago, which was so funny. I think it's funny, where it's like, what to pack for a mermaid convention. And I just put everything, but like literally everything. So let's just start with like what you're gonna bring for a swim. So when I go to the pool for a swim, I do something called a head to toe check, where I kind of go like head and shoulders, knees and toes. So I'm gonna back up for visual demonstration. Oops, sorry. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Fine. Okay, so yes, jeans and a Shalusion top. It's good luck. But okay, so head. You're thinking about your head. What's on your head? Your hair. So are you gonna bring a wig? Okay. If you're gonna bring a wig, do you have a wig bag? Do you need a wig head? A wig brush? Wig detangler? Bobby pins? Wig cap? Wig tape? Wig glue? Wig headband? It's like 10 things. Okay, wig. Great. Okay, what if you're not wearing a wig? Gotta bring shampoo. Chlorine's so bad on your hair. Bring your shampoo or your conditioner or your pre-treatment. Bring that. And then as well on your head. What else goes on your head? Your crowns and your hair clips and your accessories. Make sure you've got whatever of that you want to bring. And then also like bags and stuff for them, or maybe extra bobby pins if you have a fiddly crown, which everyone does, you know, that sort of thing. And then what is also on your head? Actually, no, that's a different thing. But okay, then we'll go to shoulders. Shoulders. And for shoulders, I just kind of figure your upper torso area. So, jewelry. Are you going to bring any jewelry? Are you going to switch it out? Are you planning on selling any jewelry to people? Swapping jewelry? That sort of thing. Bags for your jewelry. And then what else is on your torso? Your shells, your seashells. So do you have any tops you want to wear? Any backup tops? Because the amount of times I've been to a mermaid meetup and someone's top is broken, like, bring yourself a backup top, even if it's just a sports bra. Something simple like this. Oh, it still gives the mermaid illusion, but very small and easy to pack. Haha. Use code Nerdmaid for 10% off. I'm sorry, I just like look at the shell top. I'm like, oh, it's so perfect. So, yeah, your tops. Any tops you want to wear. And then as well, I also think about shoulders. I actually grabbed a few things here to demonstrate. But what goes on your body and around your shoulders after you swim? A towel. Make sure you have so many towels. Like, if you're staying at a hotel, your hotel will have towels, but, like, maybe don't bring those to the pool. That's, I don't know. That's a bit risky in my books. It's like, oh, I'm gonna bring them back. I still think that's a little weird, bringing hotel pools to like, another location. But anyways, bring your towels. Bring more towels than you think you need, because they will get so wet, and you might not have time to dry them in between swimming in pools and that sort of thing. So you got your shoulders. If you're going to a meetup or a convention that's going to be in a sunny area like California or Florida, sunscreen. Bring your sunscreen. Bring more sunscreen than you think you need. And then as well, yeah, any sort of like outer, or like, what was I saying? Yeah, any sort of like chest wear, a binder, a swim binder if you use those. And then if you go down to your arms, head and shoulders, and your arms, bracers, bracelets, if you need any medical bracelets, Fitbits, Apple Watches, or no watches, whatever. Think about what you need to bring for your hands, your wrists. Hey, look, a hair tie. Those are always good. Oh yeah, that goes in head. Hair ties, very important. And so then, okay, that's kind of like covered our upper body. And then we go like knees and toes, so that's kind of like your legs. Swim bottoms, leggings. I like to wear leggings on like really long swim days because they'll get colder. And if I wear some leggings, then I'm less likely to get chilly. There we go. Leggings. Yay! So cute. So yeah, make sure you've got so many pairs of mermaid leggings, or just one pair if you have them, but like, bring any and all mermaid leggings that you think you're gonna need, because they are like the greatest thing for mermaid conventions. The cutest bit of clothing you could ever bring. And then your tail. You want to bring your tail. There has been times where I've gone swimming and I've fully forgotten my tail. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, that's your knees and toes. Bring multiple swim bottoms. Like, if you are planning on being in and out of the water multiple times a day, please change your swim bottoms. I once went on a mermaid meetup camping trip, and it didn't end well for my lady bits. That's all I'm gonna say. Bring multiple swim bottoms. Okay, thank you. And then knees and toes. So, your toes. Your swim socks. If you're gonna be wearing swim socks, bring those. Bring anything that's gonna stop foot cramps. I know that's a little tangentially related, but if there's something that you do to stop foot cramps, or it be water or supplements or bananas, smoothies, that sort of thing, bring it. And then, what else goes on your toes when you're a mermaid? Your monofin! Make sure you bring the monofin if your monofin is separate from your tail. And then, I'll go a bit closer. Bye from Shop Vancouver Mermaid, or fin fun. Yeah. Okay, the next one. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, eyes. Okay, so this is like, we're kind of going to cover makeup just all in this one section. Oh my gosh, is that how? Oh dear. Apparently I'm streaming at 360p. That's not good. Anyways, eyes. So, makeup. Waterproof. All the waterproof makeup, especially if you're going to be spending so much time in the water, out of the water. You want your heavy-duty stuff. So, again, primer, foundation, waterproof eyeliner, waterproof mascara, waterproof lipstick, and top it all off with a good coat of your favorite setting spray. This one's mine, Ben Nye Final Seal. It is the best! Highly recommend. It's a little expensive, but it is the best. So yeah, your waterproof makeup. And then as well, on your eyes. What else do you need on your eyes? Why so low? I don't know why my resolution is so low. I don't think I can change it while I'm streaming, but that's very, very weird. Well, apparently I'm my canvas resolution is 920 by 1080. I have no idea. Anyways. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I was just looking on the preview window. All is fine. We are still at 1080p. Phew. I know this camera isn't the best, but it works. Okay, eyes. So yes, your eyeballs. You need your makeup for your eyeballs, and then you need your eye drops for your eyeballs, if you use them, or gel, or what stuff. It's needed. Let's just say that when you have a lot of people in a pool, especially a hotel pool, like a small one, or they're wearing makeup, they'll have glitter. They'll have fabrics that you don't know where it's been. Or they're just in the water for a long time. Sunscreen. Your eyes are gonna burn. Because your eyes don't always burn just because of the chlorine, but it's actually the chlorine combining with the molecules of not so nice stuff that are in the water. So sometimes that's what burns your eyes. It's not the raw chlorine that they dump in the water. It's the stuff that the chlorine attaches to, and that becomes the irritant. So yeah, make sure that you're like doubly, triply prepared for chlorine burn when you're at mermaid conventions. That's just the way it be. That's the way it be. But then it's a great bonding experience because then everyone's like, oh my god, the hotel pool was so spicy. Yeah, that's because all of you were in there, and it's a small pool, and anyways. Sorry. I just get a little annoyed by that. I'm like, you guys, you're the ones that are making the water irritated. I mean, and sometimes just the chemistry is off, but like, I don't know. I see a pattern. Anyways. Okay, and then, eyes. Oh yeah, if you also want to protect yourself from chlorine, just bring goggles. Bring a dive mask, especially if you're doing a free diving or scuba diving class, you might be asked to bring a dive mask, so bring one of those. Okay, so I got my eyes, my ears, oh yeah, and glasses, or contacts. Enough for the whole weekend. Even more, especially if you're a contact wearer. Eyes, ears, earplugs, if you use them. I think earrings, if you wear them. I don't use either of those. Headphones, if you like to listen to music before or after your swim, or you just need something to kind of block out external loud stimulus, bring earphones. Eyes, ears, mouth. So bring yourself some water, because you'll be thirsty. Don't be like me, Mermagicon 2020, where I didn't drink or eat for a whole day. Mistakes were made. It's fine. Yeah, so drink water. Drink water, loves. When I went to California Mermaid Convention last year, I brought this water bottle, and I got so many compliments on it. And this is a tangent, but label your stuff. So I use my little stickers, and I label my stuff. But we'll get to that. Okay, so eyes, ears, mouth. Oh, yeah, lipstick, if you're gonna bring it. Extra, like, refills of lipstick or lip gloss if you plan on doing touch-ups during the day. And mouth and nose. Nose clips, nose plugs, if you wear them. They're actually very, very handy for mermaid conventions where you're doing a lot of swimming and just a lot of vibing around underwater, doing photo shoots, that sort of thing. Nose clips and nose plugs are actually tremendously helpful. I just like to suffer. I have no excuse. I could wear sinus savers at any point, but I just don't. And I know they're good, and I know they work, and I've used them before, but I don't know, I like to make myself suffer. Alright. Okay, so, related to water, food. Guys, this is important. Like I said, don't be like me. Bring yourself some food. Now, if anyone's ever been to Disneyland, and they're a cheap traveler, like myself and my family, you kind of know the idea of theme park food, you know, not the stuff you buy at the theme park, but the churros are fantastic, the pretzels are so good, but like, the stuff you eat throughout the day to sustain yourself between the snacks or the 1 or 2 meals you have. Food. So, but you don't want to, like, go out to eat, because you're going to be missing the con, and sometimes cons don't always serve food at them. I know Mermagicon has had food trucks, and is planning to do food trucks this year, but they always sell out. California Mermaid Convention, they had, it was so good, it was Hawaiian barbecue, and it was delicious. That was poolside, that was fantastic. But like, food is not guaranteed, food might sell out, or you just might not have the money for it, or whatnot. So, Here are the things that I survive on during conventions and other trips. The first one is coffee. Coffee. Make yourself a plan for coffee. Does the hotel have coffee? Is it drinkable coffee? Is there a Starbucks nearby? Do what you gotta do. When I went to California Mermaid Convention, there was a Starbucks close by, but I also just went to the gas stations nearby to where my hotel was, and I just picked up a couple of those, like, little Starbucks drinky things. Those were great. My hotel had some coffee, but it was not good. It was not good coffee. But yeah, coffee. Make yourself a coffee plan if you are a horrible caffeine gremlin like me. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to plan out your drinking, your hydration. So fill a water bottle at the beginning of the day. Do not leave wherever you're staying until your water bottle is full. I mean, most places that will host the conventions will have water. They'll have water somewhere. But it's just easier if you start your day with a full thing of water. And then when it's empty, try and find a place to fill it up. Hydrate or dihydrate. Like, I think I filled this when I went to California. I swear I probably filled this 4 or 5 times throughout the weekend. Like, you need to drink water. You're doing a lot of swimming, a lot of talking, a lot of moving around. Hydrate. Even, like, bring some electrolyte powder to put in this as well. And also, this water bottle is fantastic because it's metal, and it's, like, actually a good one where it, like, vacuum seals and everything, which is great. Again, I got a lot of compliments on this water bottle. I went, Courtney bought it. It's nice and cold. Oh my gosh. And then I added a metal straw. This one's plastic, but I had a metal straw. And so it was like water bottle with, like, I put some ice in there and some water, and I had a metal straw, and it was just, oh, so good. So good. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit distracted by water, which is bold words for someone who hasn't really drank water at all today. But yes, bring your water. And then the other thing, or then kind of the things that I survive on for food, I eat a lot, or I drink a lot of smoothies. So, if you've been to, like, a grocery store or a gas station, you may have seen them. They're like about a liter or a gallon of smoothie. It's about this big. My favorite is, I think it's like Boathouse, or the naked ones. My favorite to get is the strawberry banana, because bananas, potassium, stops your foot cramps, which is great. And it's good because it's like a drink and a snack. And get your fruits and veggies in, and they're so good. So slurp, chug it so hard. Or don't drink it at all during the whole convention. And then when you're leaving the convention on the Sunday and getting into your friend's car, you open it up and you chug it for a minute straight, like I did at MagicCon the last time I went. Don't be like me. It's fine. I have vlogs up, and I think there is a clip of me just straight chugging my smoothie. It was great. But yeah, chug your smoothies, but try and not do what I did. And then the other thing that I survive on is Cliff Bars. Those are like those kind of high protein bars. They come in a bunch of different flavors. They're not the cheapest, but like, I lived off of them when I was doing, what was it? Swimming lessons and lifeguarding, summer 2018. Such a good time. But I would have no time to eat. A frickin' pool would, like, not give me a break. I'd be teaching for, like, 3 or 4 hours, which is a long time to be in the water with a bunch of little gremlin children. And then they'd be like, hey, guess what? You don't get a break. We have public swim now, so go lifeguard sopping wet. And we're like, thanks. But I would, like, they'd be like, you have to go. They're like, it's 4 o'clock and you have to be on the pool deck at 4. I'm like, how? But I would, like, be throwing on my sweatshirt, and I would take a Cliff Bar and just shove it down my face. It's great. It's really, really good for having just a quick bite, something to fill your stomach so you don't get, like, the stomach jitters filled with caffeine and excitement. So that's really good. And then the other kind of 2 supplementary things, I bring, like, a lot of hummus and carrots or pita. I eat a lot of that. It's a great, like, hotel snack, just kind of in between the convention and, like, the gala, or it's a good, like, on the way to the convention snack, or just kind of, like, keeping in your bag, and when you have a free moment, just eat some hummus and pita. And then the other one is nuts. Bring yourself some trail mix. This is similar to a Cliff Bar. It's just a nice shot of protein, you know, the trail mixed with the M&M's in it is fantastic. It's so tasty, and you can just pop it right in your face and get going. Get a bit of salt, get a little bit of protein, a little bit of chocolate, keep yourself going. And yeah, so those are my recommendations. Again, everyone does things differently. Some people are like, actually, no, I just want to go out for lunch with some people and leave the con for an hour, and that's totally fine. Just, I like to go hard. I like to suffer. I'm gonna get my money's worth. So that's kind of the food stuff. And then as well, if you're traveling with a group, yeah, if you're gonna be traveling with a group, it kind of depends on the dynamics of who you're hanging out with, but do be mindful of that. If you have people that are like, hey, I want extra time to get ready, and like, we're all gonna go back to the hotel together, make sure that you like communicate with them, that you're on time. If they want to go at a certain time, go with them. Like, the person who is driving is the person who is in charge, you know? Or if like, you're like, hey, I just want to stay back, and spend more time in the hot tub, find your own way back, talk to some people, take an Uber, do what you gotta do. That sort of thing. And then, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, friends. Yeah, and also like coordinate with your friends. If you're like going with people, again, like coordinate, oh, what time do you guys want to go to the convention? What time do you want to leave? That sort of thing. Make sure that everyone's on the same page, and then again, you know, pay back whoever paid for the hotel in an appropriate amount of time. You know, just general courtesy. Not everyone was told this, so not that I'm like throwing shade at anyone, but you know, some people just aren't told the proper etiquette for traveling with people or doing conventions or stuff like that. So just don't be a jerk. And then the next one, as well with friends. If you are meeting people for the first time at the convention, maybe it's people you've talked to or seen online, always ask for permission, and this just kind of goes for anything. Ask for permission before you touch, you know, before you give a hug, fist bump, whatever. Like, don't be a jerk. Just ask for consent. That's really great. Nice. Ask people's pronouns, because it's hard to tell, especially when we're all wet and slimy and you don't know, and they might not have a pin on them. Just ask their pronouns if you don't know. It really does not hurt to ask what someone's pronouns are. Like, when I do Mermaids of BC in my meetups and stuff like that, I always say, hey, if someone's new's coming, I'm like, hey, my name is Faith. Thank you so much for coming out. What's your name? What are your pronouns? What do you prefer? I can't guarantee that I will get it right every time because I am human, and there's a lot of names, a lot of faces and mermaid names, but I do try my best to be respectful. And just another note on that, I have found, this is just a small observation, but I have found that California Mermaid Convention seems to be a little bit, I wouldn't say like more accepting, because the mermaid community is very accepting, but it feels like it's more of a space for people who are queer, gender non-conforming. It seems like there's just more room and acceptance for them at California Mermaid Convention. So if you're someone that kind of falls into that category and you're on the fence about which convention to go to, I would say California Mermaid Convention might be the one for you. And this isn't just coming from like my own random opinions. This is coming from people that are in that community that have said as much. So just kind of signal boosting that. No shade at MerMagicCon, but I do like to listen to the experiences of people that aren't me. So yeah, friends, names, pronouns. If you're meeting people for the first time, and you're like really excited to see them, maybe bring them a gift. Bring them something you want to give to them. My favorite thing is to bring, and I'll give this to anyone who asks, if I remember, are stickers. I bring these to every single meetup that I remember to bring them to. These are just like little sticker guys that I just dropped all over the floor. They're fun, and just, yeah, exchanging stickers is fun. As well, if you are a business card person, if you're a networking person, bring yourself some waterproof business cards. So either laminate them or just have them in a, I don't know, plasticky paper. I don't know. But yeah, bring business cards, hand them out. They have, like, if they have your social media, your email, contact, website, whatnot on them, bring a bunch of them and hand them out. But Faith, you may be saying, that's like a lot of weird little things to carry. Should I have them in my wallet? Should I bring a purse? what's the best way to go about the con? You know, I've got my wallet and my phone, but I also want them to be okay, but I don't want to be fumbling around, and I'm wearing mermaid leggings and they don't have pockets. What do you suggest? Well, I'm glad you asked. I like to wear a fanny pack. This is my lifeguarding one, and it's great. Last year at MagicCon, we got to make a name badge that included our preferred name pronouns and colored sticker if you were touchy-feely or no touchy person. Oh, that's wonderful! Oh, I didn't know that. I hope they have that again this year. Because I know at, like, stuff like cosplay conventions or furry conventions especially, people, like, wear badges that, like, have their character on it or their internet persona and then, like, their pronouns and, like, hey, ask before hugging or please don't hug me ever. I'm immunocompromised, stuff like that. That is really, really good. Gotta make one for myself. Yeah, that is spectacular. I'm so glad they did that. Yeah, because again, it's so hard to tell. And then, okay, here's the other thing about friends and online and versus IRL is don't expect, like, this sounds like really rude, but like, don't expect that people are gonna recognize you or know who you are. And this isn't going like, just like, oh, like, you're not that important. This is like literally no one knows. Literally no one knows what your face actually looks like. It's very different online versus IRL, especially if you are like makeup free, hair pulled back, in street clothes. You're not gonna be recognized. You're gonna be incognito. It's really, really hard. Like, I know I'm a little bit more recognizable because I've got glasses and stuff, but like people saw other people that looked like me at the conventions that I've been to and been like, are you Faith? And they go, no, I'm not Faith, she's over there. And stuff like that. So, again, don't be offended if, like, you go up to someone and be like, oh my god, they're like, yeah, I get to see you too! Like, it's even people that I've met before, I don't recognize them out of tail. Hello from Wisconsin. Oh, shalom, fishy! I was just talking about, your opinion and your hot take on spaces that are more inclusive towards people who are non-binary and other gender queerness. So yeah, fun coincidence. Anyways, yes, people, persons, yeah, like I am definitely I've fallen victim both to not being recognized and not recognizing people either. Like there's a clip of me, my friend Mermaid Aria Chloe was like, oh my gosh, Faith, it's so good to see you, and I'm like, hey, yes. And then it like took me like a minute and a half to be like, oh, it's you. I'm so sorry. I take full advantage of my Clark Kent glasses, short brown hair, human disguise. Oh, seriously. Yeah. But if you don't want that to happen to you, in the thumbnail of this video, you guys may have seen, there's a photo of me at the California Mermaid Convention. I've got a wig on, I've got my signature tights, I've got my necklace and my, like, big headdress that I like to wear. Yes, MMZ is not a safe place for echo, lol. So I tried to make myself look the most like how I present myself online out of the water. So trying to like bring in as much of like my usual accessories and like how I do my hair, how I do my makeup. Wigs are a really great way to make people recognize who you are. But again, be strategic about this because once your wig's wet, it doesn't look as nice when you go out of the water. I look like a drowned rat. So yeah, but you see on my little fanny pack, I have a badge of like, this is me. This is actually my this is my old name tag for my lifeguarding job. Most of the time people just had a headshot, but I just put myself and my tail on it. I knew the manager, so that was helpful. But yeah, it was a kind of a good way for people to see my name, see my face, see what my tail looks like, and then identify myself with that. So yeah, it's like when I was in my pining phase, and I was like kind of just lurking on stuff like, what was it called? Mermania. Oh, those were the days when Mermania existed and I never went, and I was really sad because everyone was going and I wasn't going, and I was sad, and it was just, but people were talking about, oh, haha, like, I didn't even recognize you without your tail, and I was like, for amateurs. I could recognize people. I did not recognize people. I was like, oops. I didn't know who that was. I think the Finfolk girls, like Abby and Bryn, they had like tank tops on it that said, I am Abby and I am Bryn, which I thought that was hilarious. And then I ran into Abby in the bathroom and she was like, I'm very stressed. And I'm like, oh, sorry, just wanted to say hi. Yeah, and then that's the other thing. Also, don't build up expectations about people, because sometimes conventions, I won't say they don't bring out the best in people. Like, they do bring out the best in people, but, like, you are going to see someone who's maybe not at their best. Maybe they're wet, maybe they just had an issue with their tail, maybe they're foot cramping, maybe they just had a really uncomfortable encounter. That sort of thing. Just, like, have some grace. If, like, I remember I met someone at California Mermaid Convention, and I was like, they didn't really give me the best impression. Like, I thought that they were going to be excited to see me, and why weren't they nice to me? I found out later that they were, like, having a really bad medical episode and were, like, on some heavy, narcotics and stuff like that. So just, like, was totally out of it, and they apologized later. They're like, I am so sorry. Like, I was not a good human at the convention. There was a lot going on. So, again, people are human. Mermaids are human. So take that with a grain of salt. Like, you will see maybe some stuff that disappoints you, and you may see some stuff that delights you. So, again, yeah, just bring your expectations down a notch. And this isn't me just, like, trying to give myself a pass. Like, I always try to present the best person that I can be. But when I was at California Mermaid Convention, I was having a hard time because I had a horrible allergic reaction in my eyes the entire trip, and I found out it was because of the sunscreen I was using. So screw you, Mary Kay. My friend's a Mary Kay rep, and she gave me some stuff, and I was like, oh, that's very nice, cool, a nice, like, SPF for my face, great. I had a bad reaction to it. So yeah, if you saw me at California Mermaid Convention and I looked like I was high or crying, or I was just like, hi, that's why. So you don't really know what's going on with someone. And then, so yeah, friends, people, that sort of stuff. Okay, now let's talk about the gala, or the formal events. So people will go, what do I wear? And you can wear literally anything. I have seen stuff from wedding dresses to just straight up body paint. You can wear anything you want. You can be anyone you want. You can wear a suit. You can wear a dress. You can wear a mermaid tail that you just shuffle around in. Like, the sky's the limit. It's basically a competition to out extra each other. So just, like, wear whatever you want. I feel like my gala and, like, my formal event outfits have been, like, pretty subpar, mostly just because of packing space, and I don't really have a great sense of style, to be honest. Yeah, wear whatever you want. A lot of people will wear formal dresses, like prom dresses and stuff like that. Like, they tend to lean a little bit more towards formal, so if you're like, do I wear a skirt? You can wear a skirt, you know, go all out, have fun, wear something sparkly, whatever makes you feel your best. Yeah, for, like, some of them, I wore my, my prom dress, which was kind of mermaidy themed. For others, I've worn, like, kind of pants I can dance in, my Virtuoso leggings, thebomb.com. I've done outfit changes where I've worn one outfit at the beginning to take photos and then one outfit at the end to dance in. It's great. So yeah, it's, tulle and pasties, I guess, where I guess the thing, yep, tulle and pasties. I mean, you don't have to do that. But, like, literally, like, if you've got an old cosplay that you haven't worn in a while, dig that out. If you got your Renfair outfit, dig that out. If you've got your wedding dress from your wedding that you divorced from the person you divorced, wear that. I've seen that. I've seen that from 2 different people that have said, this was my wedding dress when I got married, and I'm divorced now. Yay! And on that note, I will not be wearing my wedding dress, not for that reason, but my husband said no. He was like, no, it's your wedding dress, don't wear it to a party. I'm like, okay. I spent a lot of money on it, don't I want to wear it again? We'll discuss that later. Anyways, I went as a reverse mermaid. Yeah, it was so good. Like, yeah, do whatever you want. Do whatever makes you feel snazzy and comfortable and your best and that sort of thing. And then also, I guess, in terms of galas, most of these are alcoholic events. That's not to say that there's a lot of pressure to drink, but just be aware if you are under 21, probably not going to be able to go, especially if these conventions are in the States. But on the other hand, California Mermaid Convention, I realized, they do, I think, actually, I don't remember. Because I just was looking on their website for no reason and did something for no reason. But they had a no drinking ticket available for people that didn't want to get alcohol, but I can't remember if you had to be 21 or not to get into the gala or like the thing. Okay, let me just look at this. Sorry. But I know for Mermagicon, you can't be under 21. Oh yes, okay. Yes, so California Mermaid Convention said, all ages are welcome to attend. Please note that some costuming performances or decor may be racy or otherwise cited for older audiences. Yes, because the first time I went to California Mermaid Convention, there was a burlesque show, and I was like, wow, I've never seen one of these before. That was great. It was fantastic. It was Medusa Siren. She's an amazing performer. But yeah, super fun. But yes, there will be drinking. At Mermagicon, there's an open bar, which is fun. But also be careful, because most of the time, there's things going on the next day after the big drinking events. At California Mermaid Convention, they have a launch party on the Friday night at the dive bar, which is so cool. But when I went last year, I did not realize how heavy they made the drinks, and I'm 5 feet tall and don't weigh much, so yeah. I don't remember much about the night after drink 2. I just remember telling people how much I loved my fiance and then going to In-N-Out. Yes, apologies if I was just kind of drunk and talking to you guys about how much I love my fiance, but I mean, wholesome, right? Right? But yes. And so, in that vein, if you are planning on drinking, try not to get hungover, because you'll miss out on other fun parts of the convention. So either limit your drinking, or this has always worked for me. And again, I'm a lightweight, and I didn't do this at the dive bar party. But you got your fancy drink. Ooh, so fun. Ooh, drink. Yay, my Long Island iced tea, the one drink I know how to order at a bar. Which is, as it turns out, all the alcohols combined. Haha. Yum, 1 Long Island iced tea, down. Now here's what you do, kids. You take your water, and you have lots of it. You take all your water, and then you get another drink, and then you do a lot of water. This will stop you from getting super inebriated, and just make you not feel like garbage. And then when you're done for the end of the night, drink your water. Like, I forced myself, like, on the Friday night of California Mermaid Convention last year, to drink this entire thing of water. I was like, I am not gonna wake up dehydrated and hungover. And I didn't. And then the other thing that helps with that, and I know that this will be hard, because you are going to be going from whatever you did during the day, convention, launch, or morning swims, traveling, whatnot, but have a big meal. Try and just carb load. Eat some pasta, have a burger, just eat not a lot of food, but like a good amount of food. Don't go on an empty stomach. Have yourself some food so that you are prepared to have some alcohol in a safe manner. I'm going into mom territory again, but like I was never taught how to drink and like be safe about it, so I'm trying to tell you guys, because you guys might not know. Because I mean, we're mermaid people. We don't really get invited to parties. At least I don't, and I hope someone can validate that experience for me. But yes, make sure that you are preparing properly. Maybe take some Advil if that helps you after you're done. And then have a good sleep. Get to bed at an appropriate time. And all that stuff. So, and then other things about galas that I'm trying to say. Take so many photos. Take photos with anyone that you want to take a photo with. I remember at California Mermaid Convention, Merman Icarus was wearing, like, he's already a tall merman. He was wearing platform heels or some boots or something. And he just, like, slid over to me, kind of like a waltz. And he just went, come here. And I was like, okay. And we took a photo together. It was fantastic. It was just a very iconic interaction. Yeah, take all the photos, have lots of fun, and just, like, dance. No one cares. No one cares that you can't dance. I can't dance. No one cares. If you can dance, great. You know, I remember at Mermagicon there was a very, very good dance circle, and someone was doing like some dances from their home country, and it looked so cool. I was like, ah, this is great. I didn't know that dance existed. I like it, and stuff like that. So just have fun. Another awesome thing about California Mermaid Convention is that there was food! There was food. I was so happy because I didn't know that there'd be food, but the Hawaiian barbecue man was at the gala, what's it called? The bubble ball, and I was so excited. I was so happy because then that meant I got to have food again, and it was so tasty. So, very good. And I also highly recommend trying to stay for as long as you can. I know a lot of people think it's cool to, like, arrive late and, like, make their grand entrance. No. Don't be like that. Don't be like that person. Just go when you can, and try to, like, enjoy as much of it as you can. Like, I was really bummed out because there was an aerial silks artist that I didn't see at the bubble ball because I just kind of mixed up the times in my head, or we were behind or something like that, and it was like, oh, there's an aerial silks artist, and then I went in, I got checked in, and then she was backing up. I was like, oh, I could have been here earlier and seen her perform. So yeah, try and plan ahead. And I know it's, like, kind of awkward to be the first ones at the party, but also then you get, like, first shot at, like, the photo booths, you get first shot at the bar, you get first shot at the dance floor, you get first shot at the seating. Very important if you're someone that likes to sit during parties. Get there early. And then you can, like, dance yourself out and then be back in bed by, like, 10 p.m., which is awesome. Okay. Gala. Yeah. Oh, also bring comfortable shoes. Just wear comfortable shoes for your outfit, for your dancing. I haven't, and it sucked. But this is also maybe a holdover from my wedding, where I wore 4-inch heels that were very, very uncomfortable, and I hated it! Okay. Gala, outfit, photos. Okay, and then here's just kind of other things that you need to pack. Oh yeah, for the gala, make sure you bring your ID. Bring your ID to prove that you are of age if you're going to be drinking, or if you're at Mermagicon and it's just you have to be over 21. Bring your ID. Next thing you're going to want to bring, I talked about food. Excuse me. Make sure that you are bringing money. Money in different forms. So bring a credit card or a debit card, but also bring cash, because some vendors won't accept cash. And then the other thing about vendors and, like, spending money and, like, buying stuff, not that this is much of a helpful tip, but try and have a budget. Don't be, like, tempted because everyone has got this one thing, or you're just, like, really feeling really compelled to buy something at a booth. It's okay if you're like, wow, that looks really nice. I'm gonna browse some more, and then I'll, like, come back later. Like, you are under no obligation to buy anything, and this is not, like, shade towards anyone who is a mermaid crafter or stuff like that, or, like, a mermaid vendor, but just, like, again, I get the pressure, I get the social awkwardness of just being like, well, I talked to you and you were nice, now I have to buy something. You do not have to. It's okay. But just, like, don't be a jerk that's, like, taking up their entire table. Like, don't stand in front of their entire table where, like, just kind of taking up space and just talking to them, not intending to buy anything when there's, like, customers that are walking by and maybe wanting to see what's going on. So just kind of be aware of your surroundings in that way. But, where was I going? Yes, vendors. So yeah, try and have a budget, try and say, hey, I don't want to spend more than $150 on stuff this weekend. Or, oh, I want to buy a new top, so, you know, I'm going to set aside $300 for this for the con, and then maybe, like, another $20. Or think ahead of what you want to buy, you know. If the convention has their stuff together, hopefully they'll have a list of all the people who are vending, and you can kind of see, oh, what kind of stuff do they supply? Oh, mermaid sunglasses, cool, I want to get one of those. Or, ooh, t-shirts, sounds good. Leggings, awesome. Tails, super, sign me up. So yeah, have a plan of what maybe you want to buy. Like, for California Mermaid Convention, I knew I wanted to buy a t-shirt, and I think I just knew I wanted to buy some art. And I didn't have a lot of space in my suitcase, and I got both those things. So, yeah, just try and plan it out. And then the other thing is that a lot of vendors will only bring as much as they can carry. So if there's something that you're really, really wanting that you know is going to be there, get there as soon as you can, right as it opens. Try and just get what you need, get what you want. Buy it first thing in the weekend before you run out of money and stuff like that. That's always good, because, again, you might, like, see a top that you're like, oh, that's really nice. Oh, yeah, I might buy it. But then you get distracted, and then you come back the next day and it's gone. It's already sold. So, something like that is helpful. I'm trying to think of other things about the vendor hall. Yeah, just be nice. Appreciate people's work, even if you don't think it's good. I'm sure it's good to them, or if not, they're very sad, and they're like, people like my work. Be nice about it. Oh, where is it? Where's my little whale? My cat likes to fiddle with it. But I had a little, a whale phone stand I got at MerMagicCon way back in the day, in 2019. Clearly I care about it so much. I think my cat just knocked it off somewhere, but yeah, it's like one of my favorite things that I own. And it, yeah, I bought it way back at California, or at MerMagicCon. Or even if, like, you can't buy something, at least take a business card, because if you're like, hey, like, your work is really cool, I'd love to commission you, grab their business card and then connect with them after the convention. That sort of thing. It's all about networking. And then, so vendor hall, money, oh yeah, electronics. So if you are a camera person, a filming person, a content creator, bring all of the memory cards. Bring them all. Bring more than you think you need, because one of them might die. And then also, if you only have one memory card, bring a laptop or something that you can transfer things off to at the end of each day. And then also, if you're using your phone a lot, bring yourself a portable charger. This is one I got in Disney World, a fuel rod. They're fantastic. Bring a portable charger, because there might not be a place to charge your phone at the con, or you just want to charge it on the go, like just stick it in your purse and let it go. If you are going, again, to a con that is sunny, sunscreen, sunglasses, sun hat. If you live in those areas like California or Florida, this might not be super applicable to you, but for me, it is. It is. I know these lights are, you know, they're lights. Like, I'm not actually that pale, but, like, bring yourself some stuff to protect yourself against the sun, because the sun is a deadly laser. What else? So yeah, sunscreen, sun hat, sunglasses. No one's gonna think you're rich. Parasols! Parasols are popular. I haven't jumped on the parasol bandwagon, but a lot of people at the California Mermaid Convention walked around with the parasols, and it was a good vibe. It was a really good vibe. I loved it. And then, yeah, like, wallet, ID. Maybe, like, don't bring everything from your wallet if you can help it. When I travel, I try and only bring the essentials, so that in case I lose my wallet and stuff like that, like, I don't have to replace absolutely everything. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Label your stuff. Put your name on your stuff somewhere. On the tag on the inside of your mermaid tail. Sew a tag in. On your bag. On your towels. Because you might think, oh, yeah, like, this is my top, and I love it. Well, you're at a mermaid convention. There might be someone that has the exact same top, and you don't want an accidental mix-up. Or a GoPro! A frickin' GoPro! Where'd my thing go? Do you know how many times I've been at mermaid meetups or conventions, and there's, like, a million GoPros on the side of the pool, and I don't know which one's mine? I marked mine with some tape. I actually need to add more. But I flag mine with some tape just so I can quickly see this little thing and see, oh, that one's mine. I highly recommend flagging your stuff, just putting a little piece of tape on it, anything like that, just to identify your stuff, because it's, like, people probably won't try and steal things from you, but it's just, like, it happens, right? Like, people might accidentally grab your towel or your goggles or your nose plug or anything like that. Just, like, a little identifier that this is yours is very helpful. And then as well, if you're going on a plane, if you're going to be traveling, bring anything you might need for that. Books to keep you entertained. Download, sorry, my neighbors are very loud. Download any sort of movies, music, podcasts you want to watch or listen to. And yeah, just kind of anything you need for a good time. Headphones. Headphones are so important. I always forget them, and I regret. So yeah, bring what you need. And then also in terms of, like, bags and stuff, my favorite thing to bring to any sort of thing I go to is a wet bag. This one is in terrible shape. I need to buy a new one. But basically what this does is that it keeps the stuff that's in here contained. So anything that's wet is going to just stay wet, and it's going to stay inside this bag, and this bag isn't going to get anything else wet, which is good, because it can be annoying, especially if, like, you have to go right after the con and you don't have time to dry your tails. Like, bring something to put your tails in to go in your suitcase. Bring a good pillow, says TR Standards. Yes, bring a good pillow. Bring anything you might need for a good sleep. Which actually transitions nicely into my bring your favorite mermaid PJs. These are mine. They are, they're for children, but don't worry about it. Bring your favorite mermaid PJs. This is the chance to wear your mermaid PJs and look cool. I know at Mermagicon they have a kind of mixer on the Friday night or something where people wear onesies, which is great, or maybe the Thursday night, something like that. But yeah, bring a onesie, bring a cute mermaid onesie, just, like, be as ridiculous as you can. Like, just wear all the things. Wear anything you have that is sparkly, that is mermaidy, that is whatnot. And then another thing about bringing clothes. If we're talking about the going to and from the pool and all that stuff, bring something that's easy to slip on. So, this is like one of my favorites for California Mermaid Convention. And it's just like the simple little sundress thing. I can just quickly throw it on. I don't even have to get changed. I can just throw it on top of my swimsuit. And it just, like, is about how it goes. And it dries quick. Just a quick little frock you can change into. I think I put this on backwards. Oh, I did. Just a quick little something you can change into that's not gonna get, like, super stuck to your wet body. Ooh, shells. Ta-da! These are from Shop Vancouver Mermaid, the Shillusion top. These are also one of my favorite post-mermaiding items. I call these my gremlin pants. Now, why would I wear these over mermaid leggings, you might suggest, is, well, these are very loose, very comfy, they're thin cotton, so if they get wet, who cares? They're not jeans. Jeans are hard to put on after swimming. You should know this if you've been swimming ever. And then, like, mermaid leggings, true, they could work. They work just fine, but they are a little bit harder to put on your body when you're wet. So, mermaid leggings, gremlin pants, whatever you choose to do, just don't wear jeans after you swim. I beg of you. It's not as fun. And I think extra fits, business cards, attire. I think I got it all. I think I've yeeted out all of my tips for a successful mermaid convention. I'm sure there are more things that would make your convention weekend, even more fun and successful, but, question time. If anyone has any questions, leave them below now. Just type anything. Any opinions you have, if you're going to any conventions, let me know. This goes for anyone in the comments below. Yeah. Say what you want to say, as long as it's not rude. But yeah, again, just, like, have fun. Come in, like, expecting that everyone's gonna be nice, but also having, like, realistic understandings that people are human. So that's kind of just the vibe, is, you know, don't build up people in your head and it turns out that they're not a nice person. They might not be a nice person. They might just be tired or hungover or sick or anxious or very awkward or stuff like that. But if that is all we have for today, I think I will leave you guys. I appreciate you so much, all of y'all who have hung out with me live. It's been so much fun. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I know it's Wednesday, halfway through the week. Yeah, again, comment below any more questions you have, stuff like that. New videos coming eventually, I promise. I've been very busy, I've been changing jobs, but wanted to give you guys a little bit of wisdom pearls. And again, March 17th, Shop Vancouver Mermaid is dropping new Shillusion tops. Which I'm very, very, very excited for, and bottoms and stuff like that. So check out the website, use my code Nerdmaid, 10% off. Excuse me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!